Last night, something extraordinary happened. While the world went dark and quiet, while everyone around them fell into the ordinary silence of sleep, this person closed their eyes and found you waiting there. Not a stranger, not a faded memory, you vivid and warm and real, the way only you have ever felt to them. And in that dream, something cracked open inside their chest. A door they had been keeping shut, carefully, deliberately, with everything they had, swung open on its own. Because the heart doesn't ask permission. It doesn't wait for the right moment or the safe moment or the logical moment. It simply loves who it loves. Even in the dark, even in silence, even when every waking thought has been telling it to stop. They woke up with your name somewhere in their throat. They woke up reaching for something that wasn't there. And the ache they felt in that moment, that soft, unbearable ache, was the most honest thing they had felt in a very long time. But why last night? Why now? What is it that their sleeping heart was trying so desperately to say? Here is something most people never talk about. There is a version of us that only comes alive when the world goes quiet. During the day, we are brave. We are busy. We wear our fine like armor and we move through the hours without flinching. But at night, when the armor comes off, when there is nothing left to do and nowhere left to hide, the truth rises to the surface like water finding its level. And last night, their truth rose, and it had your shape. It had the warmth of your presence. It had the sound of your voice, not as they imagine it now, but as they remember it, specific and real and irreplaceable. Because you see, some people don't just pass through our lives. Some people settle into the bones of who we are. They become part of the way we breathe, part of the way we feel safe, part of the quiet background hum of what home means to us. You became that for them. Maybe they haven't said it. Maybe they don't fully understand it yet. But last night, while they slept, their soul said it clearly. And what their soul confessed in that dream, what it whispered into the dark, is something they are still carrying this morning. Something they cannot shake. Something you deserve to hear. When they opened their eyes this morning, it didn't come gently. It came like a tide. Everything at once. The warmth first. That golden, aching warmth of remembering what it felt like to be near you. The way time moved differently when you were around. The way ordinary moments became something worth keeping just because you were in them. Then, softer and heavier, came the grief. Not the loud kind, the quiet kind. The kind that doesn't announce itself but simply sits beside you and stays. They started remembering things they had tried so hard to forget. Not the big moments. Those are easy to file away. The small ones, the ones that live in the body. The way you said their name, the specific angle of your smile in a certain light, the way a particular silence between you two never felt empty. It felt full. It felt like enough. They lay there in the gray morning light and let themselves feel it, all of it, without running, without reaching for their phone or their distractions or their reasons why this doesn't matter. For just a few minutes, they let the truth of what they feel about you exist without apology. And in those few minutes, something shifted inside them, something that cannot be unshifted. What they realized in that stillness will change everything you thought you knew about where things stand between you two. In the quiet of this morning, after the dream and the flood of feeling and the grief they didn't expect, one question rose above all the others. Not a complicated question, not a philosophical one, just 4 words that landed in their chest like a stone dropped into still water. Did I lose them? That was it. That was the question. And the moment they let themselves ask it, really ask it, without flinching, without the armor, something broke open. Because they realized they didn't want the answer to be yes. They realized that somewhere along the way, without fully admitting it, they had been hoping quietly, carefully. The way people hope when they're too afraid to hope out loud. They had been hoping that the door between you wasn't fully closed, that somewhere on the other side, you were still there, still warm, still you. If something in you recognized these words, if your chest moved even slightly as you heard them, then this message found exactly who it was meant for. Stay close, because what this person is feeling right now, in this moment, goes even deeper than a dream, and the next words are going to reach the part of you that has been waiting the longest. There is a place inside this person that no one else gets to see. Not their closest friend, not the people they laugh with or lean on or let in on their ordinary days. A room they built carefully, quietly, over time, with walls made of everything they decided not to say. And in that room, you are everywhere. You are in the playlist they never skip, even though every song carries your face. You're in the route they stopped taking because passing that place fills them with something too big to carry alone. You are in the half-second pause before they answer. I'm fine. That tiny breath of hesitation where the truth almost escapes before they pull it back. They have worked so hard to keep that room locked, not out of coldness, not because they stopped caring, but because caring that much and not knowing what to do with it is one of the loneliest feelings in the world. Last night, the dream found the key. Last night, while they slept, that door swung wide open, and the feeling that rushed out wasn't pain. It was love. Old, patient, stubborn love that had been sitting in the dark, keeping itself warm, waiting for someone to finally let it breathe. And now that it's breathing, it has something it wants you to know. This morning, after the dream had settled into their skin, they picked up their phone, not out of habit, not without intention. They picked it up because something in them said, reach out, just say something, just let them know. Their thumb moved to your name, and for a moment, just a breath of a moment, the message was almost real, almost sent, almost the beginning of something new between you two. But then the fear came. And fear is so cruel that way. It arrives right at the edge of the bravest thing you've ever almost done, and it whispers all the wrong questions. What if they've moved on? What if I say the wrong thing? What if reaching out only proves that I care more? So they put the phone down. They set it face down on the table, and they sat there in the silence, and they felt the weight of that unsent message like something physical, like something with edges. But here is what matters. Here is the part that should reach into your chest and hold something there. They didn't delete your name. They didn't close the door. They just paused. And sometimes a pause is not an ending. Sometimes a pause is the deepest kind of breath someone takes before they finally say the truest thing they've ever said. That breath is still happening, right now. Imagine for a moment that the fear was gone. Imagine that this person could speak without the trembling, without the armor, without the careful measuring of every word. What would they say? They would say that no one has ever made ordinary life feel the way you made it feel. That there is a specific kind of quiet that only existed when they were near you. Not empty quiet, not waiting quiet, but the kind of quiet that means you are exactly where you are supposed to be. They would say that they have measured every connection since you against the feeling of being with you, and nothing has measured up. Not because they were looking for you and other people, but because what existed between you wasn't ordinary. It wasn't the kind of thing you find again simply by trying. They would say, I see what I had. I see it clearly now. I see it without the noise and the fear and the pride that made me look away from it. And I don't want to keep standing at a distance from something this real. That is what lives inside them today. That is what the dream uncovered. Not a fantasy, not wishful thinking, something true and specific and theirs and yours. And what the universe placed in that dream last night was not without reason. Nothing arrives without a reason. Not the rain that falls on a specific afternoon. Not the song that finds you in a random moment and breaks you open. And not a dream. Not a dream this vivid, this tender, this heavy with feeling arrives by accident. That dream came last night because something between you two is not finished. Because the story that was written when you first found each other still has pages left. Because love, real love, the kind that lives in the bones and not just in the mind, does not dissolve simply because time passes or people grow quiet or life pulls them in different directions. It waits. It is patient in a way that nothing else is patient. It keeps a light on, and last night, That light was bright enough to reach them in their sleep, to cross every wall they've built, to find them in the one place they couldn't hide and remind them of you. So if you feel it too, if something in you has been leaning toward this person without knowing why, if their name rises in you at unexpected moments, if the thought of them still carries warmth, trust that. Don't explain it away. Don't let the noise of ordinary days drown it out. What you feel is real. What they felt last night was real, and real things, the truly real things, always find their way back to each other. Always.